for 3 days. The first 2 days online and 1 day face-to-face, where it will require practical session. So at the end of this training, lecturers will be able to upload material in the e-learning and also send their assessments in e-learning, evaluate also using the e-learning where necessary, to avoid the student complaining that they are doing assignment but the lecturers are not marking them, or maybe they are marking them but they are forgetting to return their assignment, and also avoiding student downloading the notes of a lecturer from their email or circulating the class notes on the WhatsApp. So from here, we are going to hear from the presenter, Jean-Paul NIZEYIMANA, who is our full-time academic staff, to take us through the training session until the end, and then we will continue tomorrow at 6, the same time. Thank you so much. You are most welcome, Jean-Paul.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. It's just my pleasure to welcome you to this introductory session of the e-learning training. I think for many of you, it will be like a repetition, but as the doctor said, some of us are new, not only in the university, but also in the use of the e-learning platform. So you have been maybe using other e-learning platform which are not the one for University of Kigali. So all the e-learning platform, of course, are not the same. We have many software that we can use as e-learning tools. So in this training, we will focus on our platform, the UoK-E-Learning platform. So it will be, as he said, a 3 days training. Where we will go through some theory. We will not actually focus on theories because we already know theory. We are all teachers. We will not go through the methodology, even though we wish also we could have a training on how to teach online, which will be in the future. So for those who don't know me, just to make sure, can you see my slide?
Yes, we can see.
Yes. Okay. So yes, for those who don't know me, my name is Jean-Paul NIZEYIMANA. I'm a lecturer here at the University of Kigali. So you can see my phone number, which is even on WhatsApp, and my email. So I have a bachelor degree in computer science from National University of Rwanda. I also hold a master's degree in IT from Carnegie Mellon University. And I've been teaching for around 11 years at the university level and have been using e-learning since 2016. And apart using the e-learning, I'm also a software developer. I've been in the team of development in many e-learning that are currently being used in Rwanda, including the one for University of Rwanda, the one for RP, and the one for UTB. Those are just some of the other that I developed. And apart teaching, I'm also an instructor in professional courses certification, like a Cisco, ICDL, and Amazon. So that's all about me. So in this training, today we talk about the platform navigation. We will see some of the menu, the features, and the functions of our e-learning platform. We will see how we create a course. After the course creation, we'll go through how we upload content. So why do we need this training? The director has talked about this, that we need to improve the way we are interacting with our students, especially when it comes to course material sharing and assessment. So this training will be just a series of trainings where we have around 3 trainings. We can't do a training on the entire e-learning system in only 3 days. That's why we divided this into a series of trainings. The first one is this one, which is introductory training, where we go talk about the basics. We see the platform, how to create a course, how to create a assessment, and we'll be having another probably next month, which is we can call it intermediate training, where we talk about how we develop an online content, how to develop interactive content that we put online. And also we'll go through how to track course to track students in completing the course, track students if they are really running, if they are following, if they are doing assessment. That will be in the second type of training. And the last one will be at advanced level, where we talk about advanced communication and also analytics and report. How do we report? How do we create analytical analysis in a e-learning platform, especially when we are teaching? So some of you can ask themselves, since for us we are offering face-to-face trainings, face-to-face courses, learning, teaching, why do we need the e-learning platform? Do we really need the e-learning platform if we are teaching face-to-face? The answer is yes. The use of this e-learning platform will help us to engage students in a new way. Instead of, as the director said, sharing, not using WhatsApp, we can do this in a professional way, as professionalism, using the learning management system. We can also create dynamic, interactive, and also flexible learning environment. Instead of meeting a student in the classroom or on the WhatsApp group, we can make this professional and meet students after class. With this one, we can also provide the means to reach students wherever they are and at what time. Then, when talking about e-learning, we don't mean that our platform is only for online teaching. We've talked about online teaching, but our platform is beyond only providing online teaching, because it's one of the type of the system we call LMS, Learning Management System. Our system is there just to help us to manage the learning and teaching, not only for online. That's why we also need this platform, even though we are teaching face-to-face. It's not only about teaching online, but also managing the way we are teaching, in summary, just managing the learning and teaching activities. So our platform, when we are using the learning management, we centralize the communication. We know who to communicate to. We know our students. We can also share the resources, including course material, syllabus, course notes, but also you can make assessment management. Like you can create a quiz. This is helpful when you have like a big class, where providing we know the type of assessment. Like you want to take, let's say, formative assessment, like a quizzes. You have a class of 200 students. To mark like 5 quizzes, it will take you time. But when you are using learning management system, you can create a quiz, a customized quiz that can mark, the system will mark itself this quiz, and also provide the marking guide or what you call the marking book, okay, or the grade book. Then this one is also can help us in what we call the blended learning mode, like this one that we're doing currently in this training. A blended learning mode, is just one part online and another part face-to-face. That's what we will do in this training. Currently, we are doing this online, but we have also a face-to-face session where we do practices, put in practice what we have run. So during this training, I will just text you how we'll go through the e-learning platform. Our platform, how is it? Many of us, we are already familiar with this. We are using it. And we will go also through the step-by-step. I will show you how to create a course, how to upload the content, and if the time allows, we also go through how we communicate through online. So without wasting time, I will just share some training resources on the e-learning platform. This work will be recorded as a video. I will share this live demo video. We have also a user guide that is in PDF that we will share, and this recorded video will also be, this live demo will also be recorded so that we can share the video. So without taking much time, unless if someone has got a question or suggestion, we can go through the demonstration with a practical. Any question? Okay. Okay, so I can see the NIZEYIMANA Jean de Day is raising the hand, and Gilles Siomana. Do you have comments or questions? Gilles and NIZEYIMANA Jean de Dieu. Okay, so maybe it was just by mistake. Okay, so let us continue. So to access our e-learning platform, we need to know the URL. So our e-learning platform is the web-based. That means can be accessed through a web browser. Either you can use your phone or a computer to access our e-learning platform. What you need is just to know the link to our e-learning platform. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so okay, can you see my screen? So I opened the browser, then our e-learning platform link is a e-learning.uok.ac.rw. So that is the link that we use to access our e-learning. Can we be able to see my screen, the browser?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. So
yes.
just as an announcement, for those who don't have an account, this is different from other websites where you can create your own account. To have an account as an instructor or a student on our e-learning platform, you need to contact the administrator. Our IT manager will help us through this. I think at the end of this, we can have a list, or just you can send him an email requesting for an account. So you need to have an account as an instructor. So this platform is being used by, we can say, 3 types of users, where we have the admin itself. We have also the users which are students, but also instructors. So when you register either as a student or as a lecturer or instructor. So then after having the account, what you have to do is just to come and log in by clicking on the login, and then you put just your username and the password. So in case you have forgotten your password, you can click on forget your username or password, then you will go through the steps of recovering your password. So then here I am in. This is the home page that you see when you open your e-learning platform account. Here we see the menus are at the left side. We have the dashboard, site home, calendar, private files, and here I have the courses that I'm teaching. All the courses that you are teaching or the courses that you are learning are just listed on the home page. Through this one, we have also your profile, where you can customize your profile. If you are a student, you can also get grades. Even an instructor can also get grade from this one. You can write messages to other users. You can see also if you have groups, group message or private messages. Currently, I don't have any message. With this one, the most interesting part is the dashboard. So the dashboard is just from where you control your content. You can customize the page if you want. On the dashboard, you can also see the recently accessed courses. For instance, I've accessed the Human-Computer Interaction course. And if you have some event or activities due, are just listed here on the timeline. For instance, if you have an assignment that is due, or an assignment that you have to mark, or just a presentation that students have to do, it will be listed here on the timeline. You can also add some private files on your dashboard, like your calendar, your agenda, course materials that we will use just in the future. And here on the same page, you can see users who are online. For instance, I see that in the last 5 minutes, we are still on the e-learning platform with Mundavanzi Pacific. If I want, I can chat with him. And okay, so I need to contact this user. Maybe he has he has set settings to have only chat with known people. Like on me, you can see that anyone can see that I am online, but you can also hide yourself from other users that they cannot see you. Another part that we have here is the calendar. So on the calendar, you can just put your agenda. For instance, here you can see that on 24th, I have to, assignment 5 is due to be graded. That means on 24th, I had to grade the assignment of HCI. And here we have also some assignment which was due for graduates. The same for the course that I was currently teaching, which is the human-computer interaction. So on the calendar, you can see every activity that you can do. And here you can also put the upcoming event. For instance, for me, I don't have upcoming event, as you can see, because currently I'm not teaching. If I had a module that I need, let's say, a cut or a presentation or a quiz, that should be listed in the upcoming event. So another part of our e-learning platform is the site home. So on the site home, that is like our home page where you go and check all the courses that are there. And from here, you can see your courses, the courses that you are currently teaching or running. And if a course has got this key here, that means a course is protected. To enroll, you need the enrollment key. So we come back to enrollment step where we enroll students in the module. Then we can also have an open module where anyone can enroll himself without protection. Okay. Then like here you can also see all the courses by faculty or department or by schools. Here you see that courses are listed by schools, School of Business and School of Professional, Graduate School, Musanze Campus. If you want to create a new course, just you can click on Add New Course. But of course, you need to have credential as a instructor. If I click on the School of Business and Management, I will see all the modules that are there. They can also be classified within the department, like economics, accounting. I can see modules in the accounting. Those are the modules in the accounting. So if I want to access a module like advanced accounting, I just click on the module. Then there are some enrollment options, and then I see the module team. Actually, this is the module creator, or just the someone who is teaching the module. Then here I can see that you cannot enroll yourself in this course. That means the lecturer is the one that is enrolling students in this module. We'll come back to this on how to enroll students in the module. So we've talked about the calendar, we've talked about the private files. If you have some private files, they are listed just here, and you can just add some files, drag and drop some files. You can also have the content bank, where you put like questions that you can ask it to students. You can also upload this in your dashboard. So we have also the site administration, and this is from the administrator side. We will not talk about this because for us we are only instructors, we are users, not administrators. That's all about our e-learning platform. So next is what can we do with the e-learning platform. So for instance, as you know, we have two types of learning. We can also either have face-to-face or online learning. Our e-learning platform can support in both way of learning. As I said previously, this can be used as a learning management system where you can manage and control all your teaching and learning activities. The same can also be used for branded, where we actually combine both online and face-to-face. So the first thing to do here after having an account is to create a course. So when you create a course, you need to know, is it a face-to-face, will it be face-to-face, branded, or online course? Our e-learning platform has what we call activities or features that support all modes of learning. So starting from the course creation, to create a course, you just need to go in the menu here on the site home. just locate your school. We create a course within a school or a department. So let's say we want to create a module that we call e-learning training, and this module we want to put it in the School of IT, Computing and IT. So we just go and locate the school in all courses. I just click on all courses, then I locate the School of Computing and Information Technology. I click on this. Then if I want to create a course within the department, I will choose one of these departments. But if I want to create a course for the whole school, let's say in case of you have a combined department, like we are teaching BIT and BBIT, in that case we have to create the module in the School of CIT. So let's create our first module. Then I come here and I click on add a new course. And this course, as you can see, it will be added in the category here. It's the School of Computing and Information Technology. So in completing these settings, those are called course settings, add new course settings. We have the general settings, we have the description, we have the course format, the appearance, files and upload. We have where we talk about tracking, compression tracking. If you have groups, you can also be able to create groups. Like let's say you are teaching day and evening, and you have to separate these in two groups, or day and weekend, or evening and weekend. Then you will create groups for that one. We can also have the role renaming. By role, we mean a user's role. A user can either be an instructor, or that means a lecturer, or can be just a student. Okay. So then we have also some tags. We come back to this. Then here the field that are marked with this red, those are required fields. That means you must complete this field in order to create the course. The first one is the course full name. So let's say e-learning training. Then here you can put the course short name. If the course has got a short name, this can also be like our code, the module code, if you want. Let's call it ELT, maybe 001. And the category is in the School of Computing. You can also change this. So then when we are creating a course, you have two options about course visibility. For instance, you can create a course that maybe you will teach next trimester. In that case, you don't need the course to be displayed on the platform. In this case, you will say hide. You click on hide until the time for the teaching module comes, where you can show that means display the course on the e-learning platform. So if I'm creating the course, suppose these days I'm in holidays, I want to create a course in advance. In that case, I don't want this course to be displayed on the e-learning platform. In that case, I will come and just click hide. So because since we are now using we will be using this module in this training, I will not hide it. I want this module to be displayed on the platform. Then I will click on show. Then we have the course start date and end date. Here you specify when the module started. For us, it is starting today. At first, I need just to select August. At first. And then you can also put the time. Okay. Then here you specify when the module will end. So for us, our module is ending on 9th September. Okay, 2023. Then let's say at also 6 p.m. Okay, so here we are putting the starting date and the ending date for our module. We can also put the course ID number. This is like the module ID, let's say 001. This is different from the short name for the course. Like the short name can be any name, that short name that will be displayed, especially when you are displaying this on the home page. Like you can see here, this is HCI, this is CMAR, that means computer maintenance and repair. This is networking, this is ICT. So that's what we are calling the short name, the course short name. And the course ID number, that is our module code that we use here. Then here we put a course description. This is just the summary of the course description, what the course is about. Many times we have seen that we have our syllabus. The syllabus for the module, actually the syllabus contains all this information. So it's better when you are creating a module online, you can use your syllabus where you can just copy and paste. For instance, suppose that I have a syllabus. Let's use the concept note as the syllabus. Then I want to upload this as the course summary. I just copy and paste this in the module. Yeah, you can just copy and paste this from the course syllabus. You can customize this text by just putting in bold, italic. You can increase the size and so on. So with this one, I'm done with the course description. Now next comes where you need to put the course image. For instance, if you have an image that you want to put on the course, you can upload that image. Also, you can drag and drop. You can also get some images online, like if we say e-learning platform. Then I can search for images. Then let's say I take this one. Let's say this one. Then I can save image as, and let's say I put this one on the desktop. Okay, so then I can come and drag and drop these images from the desktop and put it on the system. Here I just drag and drop. So this image will help the users to see, to differentiate some courses. That will be an image that will be displayed on the screen, the home page, the dashboard when you're looking for image. So next is about, so all of these are just optional, as you can see. What is just here as required is the course full name and the course short name. The remaining are just optional, where you can put this or just you leave it. Then next is the course format. In the course format, we have many formats, around 3 or 5. But it depends on which type of you want to use. You can have the pop-up activity. You can have the single activity format. Let's say, for example, we're creating a course for only one day. You can have what you call the social format. And for us, we are just interested in these two, the last two formats, where you have the topic format or the weekly format. So if you are teaching, if you are just locating your course in terms of weekly, and say in week 1 we cover this, in week 2, in week 3 then we cover this, in that case you will choose the weekly format. And for us, according to the syllabus that we have in the School of IT, we have syllabus that are daily based. Content are daily based, where you have to teach day 1, day 2, up to day 15. So in that case, I will choose the topic format. And here you need to choose the number of sections. If you are choosing the topic format, how many sessions will you have? If you are, let's say, dividing your course into chapters, then if you have like 7 chapters, then you will have 7 sections. And each topic will be like a chapter. If you are dividing this into like lessons, then you will have like 10 or 15 lessons. And for us in this training, we are dividing this into days, and we have 3 days. So I can choose to have 3 sections that I'm dividing into days. Then some sections can be hidden. You can prepare the same as you can hide the course. You can also hide some sections. You can prepare sections in advance. If you don't want students to see these sections before the day of the specific day, you can just hide these sections, and you can also choose the course layout. In the course layout, you can also choose either to show all sections in one page or show one section per page. So for us, because we have just a little number of sections, only 3 sections, we can choose to show all sections on one page. So the next setting is the appearance. So in the appearance, you choose just the language that you need to choose. For instance, our e-learning platform is a Moodle-based and can provide different languages. Currently, Moodle can have up to 102 languages. For us, we are choosing English. Then you can choose the number of announcements. How many announcements will I put on this course, in this course? Let's say for us, let's say just we need 2 announcements per day. Then we can choose 6. Then we have the gradebook, where we can show the gradebook to students. The gradebook is when you are grading, marks are registered in the gradebook. And if you want to show this gradebook to students, you can choose yes. If you don't want to show this to students, you just click no. Also, another appearance that we focus on is the report. To show activities report. If a report has been completed by student, an activity, then you can see the report, or just you can choose no if you don't want to see the reports. The next part is about how do we upload resources. In the settings, you need just to set the maximum size for the uploading. For us, you can go up to 75 MB. That is the maximum that you can, our e-learning can support. If you have a file that is more than 75 MB, we will see how you can put this a link to, let's say, Google Drive or any other location. Then student can access this to an external link. We'll see this probably tomorrow or in the practices. Now, if you want to track the compression, you can just enable compression tracking. You will see in the advanced training how you can set the tracking threshold. To say if a student has done this, how will I track? How will I see that the student has read the note? How will I see that student has completed the quiz? We'll see how to set this. And by default, the compression tracking is set to yes in the settings. Then the next is the groups. As I was saying, if you have groups, you can just choose separate group, or you can say no groups, or you can say visible groups. For us, let's say we are using separate groups, and even though you don't have groups in this module, you can also force the group mode, and then you can have the default grouping. Once you have created the group, we will see how to create a group. If you are teaching, we said this, day and evening, you will see how you can separate this into groups. Then here we're talking about the role remaining. We can have who is the manager, the module team, the word for lecturer, then non-editing lecturer, and for student. We will also see this in the advanced settings. You can also put some tags if you want to put tags. So after completing all these sessions, what you have to do is just to save. Here, you can save and display or save and return. So save and display, after saving, you will see your course, the activity that you have completed. If you want to go back and create another course, you can just save and return. So for us, we don't want to create another course. We want only to focus with this one. Then you click on save and display. So here now we have our course homepage with our 3 topics. So for us, we don't want to call these topics. We will have to manage this. As you can see from here, I can't make any change because I did not enable the editing. So to make changes on a course, either you want to modify settings, or you want to upload the note, or you want to create some activities like quizzes, assignment, the first thing you have to do is to turn editing on. It's just to enable editing. So when I enable editing, you can see that now I have some changes where I can edit. You see the difference. Here I'm in the editing mode. So in the editing mode, I can add activity, I can add an announcement, I can edit the announcement, I can also edit these topics. So if, for instance, I'm using chapters, I can call this chapter 1, chapter 2. If I'm using days or reasons, I can call it, or unity, I can call it unit 1. So to modify this, I just click on this pencil, then I type, let's call it day 1, then I press enter on the keyboard. To modify this, you just click on the pencil, then you type day 2, then you press enter to activate this. You press enter after finishing on the keyboard, and you call it this day 3. Then we press enter to finish. So after this, I can also add an announcement here. In the edit, I can either hide this one to student. If this is hidden to student, you will see this. So I, as a lecturer, I can still see this, but student will not see this. So we do this when, let's say you are creating an assignment in advance, then you don't want student to see that assignment yet. So you can create the assignment and you hide it from the student. Then the day for the student to see this, you just come in the edit and you click on show. So we can also edit this announcement. Okay, so this is about the announcement. This is the general news and announcement. I can add a new topic. Then let's say the subject is just today's announcement. Let's say first day announcement. So here I can say today will be online, for example, and I can post to forum. So an announcement is just like a forum where I can post this. We will see this in communication. How do we communicate with students? So your post was successfully added. You have 30 minutes to edit if you want to make any changes. So as you can see in the announcement, after 30 minutes, you will not be able to edit it apart deleting it. Okay. So now you have this one, the first day announcement has been added by Jean-Paul. And for your information, in the settings, students can also add announcement if you allow them. We will see how to give access, a grantee access, and access control. If you want to give access to students so that they can create the forums, you can also do this. So I can go back to my course by clicking here, by clicking on ERT001, that is the short name of the module. So now I can also come and add some activities on, let's say, on day 1 or day 2. And if I have a syllabus, I can also add this. So to add content or upload content, we just create an activity or resource. You just click on add an activity or resource. As you can see, with the e-learning platform, we have many types of activities. Depending on what you want to add, you can either add an assignment, you can make an attendance, you can add the big blue button. The big blue button is when you want to make live courses, like a conference, video conferencing. You can add a book, you can add a quiz, you can add a chat. So you don't have to memorize all these activities. If, for instance, you want to know more about an activity, you have this eye here. This is about more information about this activity. Let's suppose that you don't know the big blue button activity, which is about the video conferencing. You can come and click on this eye. Then with this, they will give additional information, saying that the big blue button lets you create from within Moodle links to real-time online classroom. So you can create real-time online classroom using the big blue button, which is also what we call a plugin. It's like a function or another application that we access in a Moodle, which is our e-learning based. And with this one, you can do web conferencing system for distance education. If you want to know more about this, and as I said previously, our e-learning platform is Moodle based, Moodle like this one. So Moodle has got like what you call a community forum, where if you need to know additional information about how to use these things, you need to go online on the additional one, like more help here. This will lead me to the Moodle community help. Then from this one, I can see how to use big blue button in details, how to access it, and then I can also have additional information on this one. So you don't need to memorize all the activities, as long as you have this help, and you can see each and every activities. So for us, we go through just some of these that we need to use. Let's say, for instance, I want to upload a file, like a resource. I will just click on the file. There is a book that we use in this training. Then let me just upload this on our e-learning platform. I can come and click on add file. Then I will put the name, which is just mandatory, it's required, the name of the file. Let's say using Moodle e-learning, Moodle platform, for example. So then here you put the description of the file, so that student can know what the file is about. So I can say this file, this is a book that it's a book of the use of Moodle platform, for example. The book provides some let's say information on how to use Moodle platform. Okay, so Moodle should be capital M. Yes, then you have to display this. You click on display description on the course page. If I don't put this information will not be displayed on the course page. So I have to display this on the course page. Then here I have to select which file I want to upload. There are two ways of uploading this. You can either drag and drop, or you can just go and look for the file in your computer. Okay, like upload file here. You can choose the file from the computer. Okay, how to use Moodle. This is the file. Then I can save as how to use Moodle. This will be the name of the file. Then here you put the author, and then you choose license, if it is open, if it is a public, or if all rights is reserved. You also choose this one. Then after that, you upload this file. Okay, so you can see that the file has now been uploaded. So you can also set settings for appearance. How do you want to display this? Is just like automatic. You can also say show the file type, show the date, show the size if you want. You can also have the common mode settings. If you want to show this on the course page, you can also grant some access to student. Then say student can only read this, can also allow only students who belong to this cohort or this date, depend on the group that you have created. You can just guarantee access to some students. You can also set compression. We come back to this. If you want students to do this manually, you can just set compression. We come back to this when we're talking about tracking. So after this, you can go to save and display to see if the uploaded file is now on the e-learning platforms. As you can see, the file is just here. If I go back to the homepage of the course, by clicking on the short name, I will see that the file is just here using Moodle platform. Because I said that I need to show the data type, now I have PDF document, and I have, this is a book of Moodle platform, the information that I provided to students. You can also add, let's say, if you want to add an assignment, you just click on add activity again on day one. You can also add assignments if you want. You can also add a quiz. So another thing that we can do, which is very important, is when we want to provide, let's say, a video to students. Sometimes what we do, we give link to a video on the YouTube. Let's say we have a video on YouTube that I want students to watch in order to complete this, let's say, this activity or this chapter. We have two options. I can come and add activity here, a URL here, which is just the link to the video. But a good way of doing this, because if I add a link, this will take the students to another website, let's say YouTube, to watch the video out of the e-learning platform. So a good way of uploading material is just to help students to access material without going out of the platform, or by just viewing this in the platform. How do we do this? We call it this embedded materials. Let's see how we can add an embedded video, let's say from YouTube. So I can just access the YouTube. Then let's say we use a video Moodle for teachers. So let's say I want students to watch this video. So while I'm on YouTube,
hello everyone,
I can come here on share. I just click on share. Then in share, I have here embed here. So on the embed, I just copy this link here. I copy this iframe. I click on copy, then I can copy, then I can close this one. Then I go back to my e-learning. Then in the add activities here, I will come then add this as a label here. I add a new label, which is just that video. Then here on the label, I come here on the advanced settings, show advanced button. I want to see where I have the HTML. This sign means HTML, the embedded HTML. I click on this. Then I delete all of this and I paste my iframe here, and then I click on save and return to course. So as you can see now, the video is embedded now in the platform. So a student does not need to go to YouTube to watch this video. Student just come and click on the
hello
video,
everyone, and
the
welcome
student watch
to
the video
this Moodle
through
Academy webinar,
the e-learning platform without leaving the e-learning
Moodle
platform.
for
So this helps
educators.
students, especially when they are using like a mobile phone.
I'm Mary Cooch,
where instead
and
of
I'm
having
Education
different
Manager
tabs,
here at Moodle.
they can
and I'm
only
going to
browse
be
within the
presenting
same
to you
tab
today,
with all
and
the
with
content.
me, monitoring the chat and at intervals
So that is
during the
when we
webinar.
want to upload a video. Embed the video in the notes. You can also embed your own video from your computer. You can also do this from Google Drive as long as you have the link and the iframe for the video. Then next, another activity that we talk about in communication is just the forum. Yes, this one. So a forum it enables participants to have a synchronized discussion. So discussion that take place over an extended period of time. For instance, you can have a forum where you discuss on a topic. Every student, any student can come and put comment. As a lecturer also you can participate, and you can also put a grade for the forum. For instance, if you want, you can also put a grade for the forum we will see this in the communication part. So we have many activities that we can add. This one, the reason activity, is when you are creating what we call the self-paced course. As we said, e-learning platform can be used when you want to create a fully online course. When you want to create a fully online course, you can create a reason where a student will go through the course himself, him or herself, what we call the self-paced course. And there we can also incorporate some graded assignment. We have also these days an option of providing an online exam with invigilation, where you can just invigilate online, what we call online proctoring. Online proctoring is about just giving an online exam, and you can invigilate using maybe the webcam of the student computer. You can check the room where the student is doing the exam for. We will come back to this in our next training about analytics and report, but also the content creation or the content development. So currently we have uploaded a file and a video. So we will come back to assignment. We're talking about the assessment tomorrow. We'll see how you can upload an assignment. You can also put a glossary, which is like a definition of the keywords, or a dictionary that you want students to go through. You can also add a book here. You can the same add a page. Let's say you want to add a page about the objective of the course. So if I want to add the objective of the course, if I did not, let's say share the syllabus, I can upload I can add the note with the objective of the course. So let's call it objectives, training objectives. Then this is just description. These are just type training objectives. Then of course I choose display description, and here I can choose how the content appears. For instance, let's keep this as a default. In the appearance, here I just put the page content. Let me just copy from the concept note. I just copy and paste. The good thing about the e-learning platform is that you can also copy from your existing document and you post this on the e-learning platform. Then with this, I keep the remaining as a default. Then I can save and display and see how it looks like on the course. So if I go back to the course page here, by just clicking on the short name of the course, I will see that on the same day I have training objectives. So that is it. If I click on this one, I will see the page of the objectives like this. Okay. So students will be able to see this. You can add as many as you want, but if you want to add more pages, then it will be better to create a book. So a book is nothing else but many pages. Like here, you can come and create a book where you will be having like you add pages on the book. Then the next activity, we said that assignment, we come back to this tomorrow when talking about assessment. Another interesting activity is about maybe the Google Meet. If you want, you can add a Google Meet link where you can meet the students with online, or you can just put the recordings in Google Drive, then students can access this. So you can create a Google Meet link where you can meet students with a face-to-face. In the blended mode, we can have synchronized and asynchronized learning. In the synchronized learning, we use just the video real time, where you can just create. We have either the Google Meet, you can also use the big button. We have also Zoom. We have an option to add the Zoom video. We have also another thing here, Alpha View Classroom, With this one also, we can have the real-time video conferencing. Another thing that we have seen how you can add a file. You can also add feedback. For instance, I will create feedback for this course on day 3. This one. So on day 3, we will need to have the feedback about the course. If we can add this one. So feedback, let's call it feedback about the training. Okay, so I can say please give your feedback about the training, for instance. Then you can display this one, and you can set the availability date. You can say enable this to be available maybe starting from that day, September 8th. That's when we will meet face to face. September 8th. Then allow answers. Allow answer to up to, let's say, in 3 days, for example. Let's say September, let's say 15th. Let's just give 1 week. And then we can have this record usernames. If you want to record the user of student, you can make it username will be logged and shown with answers. But a good way is to make this anonymous. We can also allow multiple submission if you want. We can also enable notification of submission. This is very important to know that someone has submitted. Then we can also use auto number questions. Then with this one, we can put then what will be after submission. We can put the compression method. We can also put the common module settings. We can restrict access. Of course, we can also track the activity compression of this one. So let's for now save this. So we need to go and set some questions and submit answers. So we'll see how to do this in to set communication probably tomorrow. So yes, that is about managing. You can also edit or delete or hide any uploaded resource. For instance, this video is now hidden from students. You can also show, you can display, you can duplicate, you can also delete. Another way of uploading, let's say, documents or resources, it's simply by drag and drop. For instance, let me just put the PowerPoint that I was using. I just come, drag, and drop it just here. You just drag and drop easily. Okay, so now you can modify this one, the name. Then you can say e-learning training introduction, for example. Then I press enter. Okay, so you can rename this you just by dragging and drop. After you are done, now as you can see, I've created the course, but how do I add student to this course? How do we add student to this course? We use the term student enrollment. How do we enroll student in this course? Currently, there are no students in this course. There are 3 ways of enrolling a student in this course. So we go to the course itself here on the e-learning training, on the settings here. I am in the e-learning trainings. In the settings, I click on more. So I can see filter, gradebook, backup, restore, import, reset. I have more here. I click on more settings. Then in the more settings here, I have users. In the users, that's where I unload students. So I can click on unload the users. So as you can see, there is only one who is the lecturer module team. It's just only me who is in the users. There's no group. Now I can go back and unload users. I can go back and unload users here. So in the unload users, we have many options, but a good way of unloading this, if I know the users, I can just select them, but I don't have student registered already. So if I don't have student registered, there is a way of letting students unload themselves. Okay, let me go back. So in the unload method here, I can let students unload themselves. Okay, so let me just start this one. I want to unload students. I go here on the top. I have the settings here. I click on settings, then I click on more. On more, I will have this option where I have users. So I can check the unload users already, or if I want to unload users, I can click on enrollment method here. On the enrollment method, I have three enrollment methods. I have manual enrollment. Manual enrollment, that means I, as a lecturer, I will enroll students in this course. We have also guest access. So here in the settings, with this I, you can see that there is a bar. The barred I, that means there is no guest access. That means if you are not enrolled in this module, you cannot access it. We can have some modules where even people outside the university can also be able to see this, or people outside your class can also see this. In that case, we will enable the guest access. In that case, when you enable the guest access, anyone who wants to enroll in the module will see the course content. We have also this one. It's just the most used, the common used one, the self-enrollment, where we let students enroll themselves in the module. Of course, this will depend on the type of the module and the scenarios. If you have the list of students already, you can enroll them. If you don't have the list of students, you can let the student enroll themselves. The good thing about this one is that if you see that there is a specific student who is enrolled in the module but should not be enrolled, as a lecturer or as an instructor, you have a right to unenroll or to remove the student from the class. Okay, you have an option to remove the student from the class. So with this one, we are going to enable this, enable the safe enrollment here. Then I can add a new enrollment method. Okay, if I want to add my own method, I just choose safe enrollment, where students will enroll themselves. Then I can put a customer instance name. A custom instance name, that is the name that students will see when they want to enroll in this module. For instance, let me use the code ERT001. Then I can also allow existing enrollment, yes. Allow new enrollment, yes. Then another important thing here is the enrollment key. The enrollment key is like the password to give access to the students to access our e-learning platform. I mean our course, our module. We give a key, then this key can be shared through the class. So anyone with a key will be able to access the module. Let's put, for example, ERT001, which is also the same as our enrollment, our module code, ERT001. That is our enrollment key. Then press enter to save changes. I have them. So we can also use group enrollment key if you have groups. For us, we did not create group. We'll do this. Then we have default assigned role as a student, or you can also be a non-editing lecturer. So we put the student. So you can have also enrollment duration. If you want to enable this, you can say, we want maybe, let's say, the student to be enrolled only for 1 month, only for 3 days. So let's assume that there is no duration for enrollment. Then we can, there's no need of notifying if there is no enrollment. Then we can enable the enrollment date and end date. For us, let's say we want students to access this module forever. Then in that case, there's no need of setting the start date and the end date. But normally, when you don't want students to access the module when they have finished the module, you can set the start date and the end date for the access. In this case, if the end date has been reached, students will not be able to access the module. Then we can also unenroll inactive users after some time if you want. Let's say after 7 days, if you are not active, then the system will be automatically unenroll you. Then we can also have the maximum users if we want. For us, we don't. Then here you put a welcome message. So this is the message that the student will see when enrolled on the module. For example, you can say, welcome to this e-learning training. E-learning training. We are glad to be with you. For example. Then I can click on add method. So in this add method, now students will be able to enroll. So as you can see, I have 0 users. That means no one has enrolled in this module. So for instance, I will just request you to enroll in this module. That's where I will share this video that I'm recording. I will also share, as you have seen, I've already shared the book that is useful when we want to master the use of e-learning. And all the announcement now, we will be using this one. So for your information, as an instructor, you can use also e-learning as a student, as a runner. Let me just use the term runner, not a student or trainee. So for this one, I will just request you to register or to enroll in this module. So you have seen the enrollment key is this one. So the module is in the School of IT. The module is called e-learning trainings, and the enrollment key is ERT001. So just what you have to do is to log in your e-learning platform. Then you go to site home. Let me just finish this, so I can just hide this one. Then people can only see this enrollment method. So let me go back to the dashboard and show you how you can enroll. So you go to the site home. So on the site home, you locate all the courses. You come here, or you can just type here type and search the course. Let's say e-learning. Then I click on search, and here I will see the module here. And then make sure that the module team is Jean-Paul NIZEYIMANA, and the category is the School of Computing. So you can go to the site home, then in the search button, you click on click on the e-learning. Then after that, if you click on this module, you will be able to enroll. If you are a student, you will see just enroll, then you put the enrollment key. Okay, so that's how we add students in the module, either by manually adding them or just by creating an enrollment method where students will enroll themselves. Okay. So that's all about creating a course and also adding some activity. Then I will be waiting for you to enroll in this module so that we can share all this material. So now it's time for questions and either answers or just if you have some comments to add. Just for anything you want me just to go back in and repeat, just can take your time and ask. Yes, yes, Kamau.
Yes, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Welcome.
I was asking whether you are recording this to share.
Sure. I'm recording. Yes,
okay.
I'm recording the video.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, presenter Jean-Paul NIZEYIMANA and the others who followed. I've seen the DVC academic has joined the training session. I don't know whether he's still with us. Professor Felix?
Hello? Hello? Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Clark.
Okay, Prof, maybe you can say something because we had already opened.
All right, okay. I was there from the start when you opened. I think I temporarily lost my network somewhere in between, but then I rejoined. I thoroughly enjoyed. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to this presentation. I think it was masterfully done, and I think that personally, I would say that I've learned quite a great deal from it. So thank you very much indeed, John Paul, for this wonderful presentation. I'm hoping that more and more of us will actually want to join, perhaps particularly the part-time guys as well, who will be expected to teach online and using these kinds of platforms. So thank you very much indeed, and thank you, Cloud, for arranging and organizing this. But mostly, thank you, John Paul, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, DVC. Members, unless we have questions, if there is no question, let me ask Jean-Paul to tell us about the tomorrow schedule and how the video will be shared to us.
Yes, thank you, sir. So as I said, this module is already on our e-learning platform. So in sharing all the training materials, we will use our platform, our e-learning platform. So what you have to do is just to enroll in the module. I've shared the enrollment key. Then after that, the video will be there and all other learning materials that we need. And for instance, we also create a forum where we can add like questions, then we discuss about them. So it will be through the e-learning platform. Then regarding the tomorrow's schedule, we start the same time, 6 p.m. And we talk about communication in e-learning and also assessment. How do we conduct assessment? How do we provide assessment? How do we grade? And also how do we communicate? These include like announcement, forums, chats, video call, and so on.
Yeah, fine. Thank you so much. Yes, we know we are using MIS in attendance. How will you integrate the MIS, especially for students who have registered the modules, to be linked with this e-learning? Will there be any relationship between the MIS, especially on the module registration, and students in this e-learning?
Yes, that's what I was discussing with the IT manager. I don't know if Bonner is online. We can see how we, instead of having students registering twice for the same module, That means on the MIS and e-learning, we can see how we can incorporate MIS registration students in the e-learning, the same as attendance. There is a way, actually currently we don't have that option. In that case, we'll be using those two systems separately or in parallel, if I can say. But we can see how we can put a link that integrates our MIS in the e-learning. Currently, those are two separate systems. They are even hosted at different servers.
Okay, fine. My last question is, did you capture the attendance of today's session?
Actually, I don't know. That's why I was asking if Bonner is online. I see that I have limited access on the link, on the platform, on the Google Meet. Actually, I don't have right to take attendance, even to record, but I can see all the names in the video. It will be easier to see all the attendance in the video. You can see all the 41 people attended. Actually, I have limited access.
Yeah,
access
thank
to
you
this
so much.
system. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, thank you. So if there is no any other question from the members, I think we can wind up for today. Then we join tomorrow, the same hour, using the, I don't know whether we'll use the same link or you will create another link to be shared.
Yeah, actually, there are some questions from the chat. Someone is asking how to get access to e-learning. It's just to contact the IT manager, Bonner. Just share your email and the names, of course. I think you can even create like a Google Doc where you can put your emails. Those who don't have, I think I will share this by tomorrow. In the emails, even on the WhatsApp group, we can share the link for the Google Doc where you can put your names and email. Then the IT manager will create this for you, the account.
Yeah, thank you. Those who don't have e-learning account, you can liaise with your head of department or the dean of your school. Either you are a part-time lecturer or maybe you are newly recruited staff. Then he will submit your request to our MIS, our IT manager, then you'll be given an account. Okay, fine. Thank you so much, dear members. Have a good and wonderful evening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Professor Kavera, how are you?
I am very fine. How are you doing?
Yeah, good.
Thank you for the good presentation.
Thank you.
It has been really good.
Thank you.
Great.